Starts off with a wide there. It's a competition between the NIS Lakers and the Scottish Stars. This Stats Premier League fixture. Oh, that's a good start once again. Bowling it around that off fourth stump channel. Getting a steady amount of bounce from the wicket as well. Good carry and bounce on offer. The leg side boundary marginally longer. Again a swing and a miss. A massive appeal. It's the Lakers who've been put to bat first after the Scottish Stars won the toss. It's Anirudh and Umesh who are the opening batsmen for the Lakers. Oh, another beautiful delivery. This is an excellent start from the bowler Isaac, bowling it tight, nice, accurately on that fourth stump channel continuously. Four straight dot balls. Oh, that's another good ball. Five straight dot balls in a row is as good a start as you can imagine from Isaac's point of view and from the Scottish Stars' point of view. Bowling it nice and tight. Oh, good shot. Beautiful shot. Brilliant way to have the last laugh in that first over. Finds that gap to perfection. The ball was right there for him to be hit there. Beautiful. Gets into position early. Look at him. Absolutely eyes on the ball. And picks it brilliantly. And that is the end of the first over. The Lakers, 4 for no loss.
So Umesh getting off the mark of his very first delivery. A change in the commentary box here. Thank you, Delvin, for covering up the first over. And that's the second boundary of the innings already. Sunil bowling the second over, opting to go with spin. And once again, an outside edge, but this time the short third fielder is very fine. And we'll stop that one, a dot delivery. And that's the third consecutive time that he's found the outside edge, Sunil. Very unfortunate. Maybe you should go with a slip fielder. He's wanting to drive on the offside. This time it's gone through the bat and pad. So three consecutive dot deliveries for Sunil. Once again, right through bat and pad. This time played nicely and he gets a single finally. So a single to end the over. At the end of the second, now it is 9 without a wicket for the Lakers. So Isak continuing here in this third over. A top edge on that occasion, not quite able to middle it and falling just short of the fielder there. So three consecutive dot deliveries now in this over as well. The dot count just keeps on increasing. 5 in the first, 4 in the second, and now 3 here. And this time it's played onto the pads and it's flicked away. An excellent shot on that occasion. Well, you just can't bowl to his pads, especially when there's no fine leg fielder and the ball just racing away to the boundary. Superbly timed in the end. And this time it's driven, but once again straight to the fielder. So at the end of the third over now, it is 14 without a wicket. So this has been a slow start for the NIS Lakers. 14 on the board after the first three. They have not lost any wickets though. Umesh and Anirudh doing a decent job out here. But they need to increase the rate now, the scoring rate. This time he's got underneath it, and that's exactly what they needed. And it's been signaled as a six by the umpire. It's gone all the way. That's the first six of the innings. And it's come off the bat of Umesh. Finally breaking the shackles. So after three fours, a six now. This time played straight to the fielder on the offside. Once again, nicely defended. So respecting the good deliveries. So going at a runner ball at the moment, the NIS Lakers. This time he lets that one go. This time driven, and they get across for a quick single. Good running between the wickets on this occasion. So just the one more delivery left in this over. And once again it's driven, but straight to the fielder at mid-off, and they get across for a quick single once again. At the end of the fourth now, it is 23 without a wicket. So continuing with the same bowler in this fifth over, 23 without a wicket. And this time just past the outside edge. So quite a few dot deliveries so far. And the dot count just keeps on increasing. Well, they have hit 3 fours and a 6 in this 23, 18 coming of boundaries. The rest 5 of 5 singles. This time it's nudged on the offside, and the fielder stops that one. He does well, good bit of footwork there, and they come back for the second. So once again, good running between the wickets. time it's picked up on the leg side and a misfield, and that will race away to the boundary. So every single over has got a boundary, and this one also gets one on this third delivery. Well, it should have been stopped there by the fielder, but it's gone right through him. And Umesh will take those runs. And they keep on moving forward in this partnership building nicely. It's moved on to 29 of 27. Well, the good part so far for the Scottish Stars has been that they haven't bowled any extras, which has been kind of a key feature in this iconic Dutch Premier League. Good to see 27 out of 27 legitimate deliveries bowled. This time a thick inside edge. It's gone to the wicket keeper. Once again, it is played back to the bowler. So the bowling has been good too, but they don't have anything to show for it at the moment. This time it's a leading edge, chance of a catch, and it's been dropped. It's been put down. That was a huge opportunity, and they get across for a single. Well, the score moves on to 30 without a wicket now, but that should have broken the partnership there. So Vinod is going to continue now into this sixth over. Just the one more over left inside this power play. This time it's been picked up, and it's been picked up ever so well by Umesh. That's the second six. Well, in fact, it's been given as a four, just short of a maximum. And once again, anything that has been pitched full has been dispatched, and it continues to be in that kind of fashion in this innings. Well, it seems like the umpire has changed his decision. It's given it as 6 in the end. This time him just past the outside edge. Once again, going for the big heave on the leg side, but he finds the fielder at long on, and they get across for a single. So just the two more deliveries left now in this over. Once again, not quite able to find the gap. Getting a single in. Anirudh finally into the double figures. So just the one more delivery left now in this power play. And Umesh would be wanting to free his arms once again. Well, it has been driven on the offside, and they get across for a single. So that will make it 9 of the over and the end of the power play. At the end of the sixth, it is 39 without a wicket for the NIS Lakers. So Mayur continuing, and straight away it's been dispatched all the way. Well, the fielders are back at the boundary line now. So Umesh says that he will go and clear everybody. He's done exactly that one. It was a full toss, a freebie. Not the best of the starts for Mayur. And Umesh taking full advantage of it and giving the punishment for a poor delivery. Umesh now moves on to 35. 35 of just 21 for him. This time it's been driven on the offside, but finds the fielder at gully region and they get across for a single. So a chance dropped early on, proving to be very expensive for them. The partnership keeps on continuing. This time a swing and a miss. Once again, it's gone high in the air. Chance of a catch once again. And again, it has been dropped. Don't know exactly what's happening out there in the Scottish Stars camp. And once again, the batter survives. While wanting to take the aerial that should have been taken. And another chance gone. That's the second time it has happened now in this innings. And this partnership keeps on continuing. This time played down the ground for a single. Once again played uppishly, and the fielder does well there to stop that one. That was a certain boundary. And they get across for a couple of more runs, which will bring up the 50 for the Lakers. 50 without a wicket. And that will close out the 7th over as well. A perfect start this one for the Lakers. This time played down the ground. And another single taken. So this partnership keeps on building. Not quite able to get them out. A couple of easy chances dropped. This time it's played back into the hands of the bowler. These two at the moment playing it smartly and intelligently. Once again flicked off the pads, but this time straight to the fielder at deep square leg. Allows them to get across for another single. And this time offering a lot of room, a huge swing and a miss. Umesh will feel that he's missed out there. He was offered a lot of room on that occasion. This time trying to pick it up on the leg side, and it's gone all the way to the boundary. That's 5 bonus runs. Well, they haven't given away any extras at all today, and that's the first time they have given it. And they have given up plenty of those together. And that will spoil the extras column for them. And this partnership's continuing to keep on building. 57 it's worth now, 57 or just 46. And wickets in the back end always crucial. When you have wickets in hand, you can score quicker runs because you have more firepower left. A much better delivery on this occasion by Vinod. And he finds the fielder out there in the deep. This time tucked away on the leg side. But once again, protection is there and we'll keep it down to just one. So at the end of the 8th over now, it is 59 without a wicket. 9 coming off that one. So Mayur continuing, and once again it's hit away to the boundary. A boundary for Anirudh. Well, he's taken some time out there at the crease, but even he is building his innings superbly now. He's been the second fiddle in this partnership. But this time placing that one in the gap. And the scoreboard is moving along nicely now for the Lakers. Especially after the end of that power play. This time banged in shot, and once again it's been hit away, carved through for another boundary. This time a bit more intense once it left off the bat. Superb batting this. He has got his eye in, and now he's playing those big shots, which is helping his side to get some quick runs. Already 8 of this over. And this time it's beaten the fielder at short third. But the fielder will get across to keep that one in, and they will get at least another 2. They make it quite comfortably in the end. So that will make it 10 of the over. Halfway through it. This time charging down the track. And he's beaten the fielder at long on. That's gone away to the boundary too. That's the third one of the over. What a huge over this is turning out to be. A bit risky on that occasion, but once again played beautifully straight down the ground. This time driven and finds the fielder out there at long off. So finally a single taken, and finally Umesh is back on strike. Just the one delivery left in this over for him, and 15 of it already. And it's played on the leg side, a single taken. That will make it 16 of the over. At the end of the ninth now, it is 75 without a wicket. So a change in the bowling once again. It's Advait to continue in this 10th over. Time for some leg spin. And not quite able to break the partnership at the moment. Going along really well here, the Lakers. This time it's been tucked away and will go away to the boundary once again. Well, no one out there behind square on the leg side. And it's played perfectly well. Well, the bowler has that only line which he does not have to bowl, and he's bowled exactly that for the batter to just help him tuck that one away to the boundary. Once again it's been picked up, and once again it's in the gap. Another boundary. They are getting boundaries for fun at the moment. Once again slightly short, and it's been hit beautifully through the leg side. And one bounce and into the fence. All of a sudden Anirudh has just raced on to 38. And Umesh on 41 now. Well, he was going at a strike rate of 65, and now it's well above 130. And this time played on the leg side for a single. Once again, another over, already 10 of it. How costly will these double digit overs prove to be later on for the Scottish Stars? This time it's been hit hard on the offside, and he finds the fielder out there in the deep. So just the one more delivery left now in this 10th over. Once again, nudged on the leg side, and they get across for a single. So at the end of the 10th over, the Lakers are 87 without a wicket, and the umpires have called for drinks. So we are back with commentary after a technical issue. 103 without a wicket, and Anirudh getting his half century as well. It seemed like Umesh would have got it much faster, but Anirudh has all of a sudden accelerated here. 53 of the 39 for him. Once again charging down the track and finds the fielder out there in the deep. So the good part about this innings so far has been that they have found boundaries of almost every single over. Well, in fact, not almost. They have got a boundary on every single over so far in this innings. Once again, wanting to get underneath it, but it's tucked on the leg side. And another single taken at the end of the over. At the end of the 12th, it is 105 without a wicket. So Isaac continuing, and he's done him. And finally they get a breakthrough. Once again going for the big one towards the leg side. And well, he's been brought back into the attack to get the wickets. And he's done exactly that of his very first delivery. And Umesh has to depart. Well, he was really good in those power play overs. But ever since the power play overs have come to an end, he has struggled a bit. And this time missing the ball completely. And the leg stump has been uprooted. So 105 for 1. The partnership worth 105 coming to an end. 12.1 overs in, and a well made 45 by Umesh. And in comes Dheeraj at number 3, who has been set and given a platform here to build on. So finally, the left-hander is in, and it's been played straight back to the bowler. The bowler couldn't quite stop that one, stretching a lot for it. So getting off the mark instantly, and he brings Anirudh back on strike. Anirudh 54 of just 40. Well, he was struggling at 13 of 20 at the end of the power play, and he has lit up his innings after that, striking at more than 200 in the past 20 deliveries. that he's faced. So he has taken full assessment of the pitch and then going for the big shots, knowing exactly where the fielders are and having a good feel of the ball on the bat. If he continues to keep on playing in this fashion, who knows? Maybe he can get the triple figure mark, the golden one today. This time a swing and a miss. Well, Isaac is into his final over and 1 for 17 for him. It has been an outstanding effort with the ball, you got to say. The captain would have hoped to have a few more overs of his at the back end, but he had no other choice but to go for him now. And this time it's been picked up on the leg side and it clears everybody. That's another maximum. Superbly timed on this occasion. Just picking that one up. An excellent shot. He's really enjoying himself out here now. Once again going for the big one, but this time couldn't quite middle it. Once again going for the big shot, and he finds the fielder out there in the deep. So that will end the over, a successful one for Isaac. Finishes his spell 4 overs 1 for 24. At the end of the 13th is 113 for 1. Nikhil continuing here, and he's been dispatched straight away. A freebie, a full toss. Well, the ball's just slipping from his hand, and the batter Anirudh, well, he's taken full advantage of it. That's the second time that has happened in this innings. Luckily for Nikhil, it's not given as a no ball. And this time a swing and a miss. Once again charging down the track, and he's played that one in the gap, but won't quite find the fence, won't have enough legs. And He comes back for the second. Moves on to 69. Once again hit hard and it's beaten the bowler. And out it goes towards the long on fielder. Another single taken and brings Dheeraj on strike, who has faced just the one delivery so far. Getting off the mark of his first delivery. This time it was a shorter one and he's missed out there. Once again wanting to go for the big one but couldn't quite time it well enough. And they get across for a couple of runs. A mistimed shot as well, but still getting a couple of runs. So at the end of the 14th now, it is 124 for 1 for the Lakers. So Sunil continuing, and he starts off with a wide delivery in this 15th over. Just the 6 more overs left. How many more can they get? Well, 10 and 0 from here on gets them to 185, but they would be wanting to get a bit more, especially with fielding like that. They will definitely get much more. Once again, a loosener bowling onto the pads and easy pickings on the leg side. Well, it went straight to the field. It should have been stopped, and the misfield also allowing to get those additional 3 runs. And Anirudh, who was dropped a couple of times in the power play, is shining here. Moves on to 74 and dealing in boundaries at the moment. This time played back to the bowler. A much better length by Sunil. Once again going for that big swing on the leg side. So maybe just trying to play a trap. Once again it's picked up and it's gone for a boundary. It's one bounce into the fence. He's really enjoying himself out there now. Superbly timed once again and played straight as an arrow. And no fielder out there. So it seems like he's wanting to go for the big shots on every single delivery. This time will get just a single. And now just one more delivery left in this over. And he's picked this one up and it's gone. It's gone straight down the throat of the fielder. Well, he couldn't quite get the elevation that he wanted. And an easy chance and an easy take for the fielder out there. Sunil gets the wicket. And it's Dheeraj who has to go back to the pavilion. Short stay at the crease, coming to an end. Just the 3 runs for him. And it is 134 for 2 now at the end of the 15th. Wanting to match what Anirudh has been doing, but maybe just too early in his innings. It was just his fourth delivery, and maybe not the kind of the shot that you would want to play so early in your innings. But well, just the 5 more overs left, and still plenty of wickets in hand. 8 more. It is 134 for 2 after 15, and in comes Amol at number 4. And he will be at the non-strikers end because the wicket was off the final delivery of the over. And it's going to be Nikhil to continue. Nikhil, who has gone for 20 runs in his first 2 overs. And brings Anirudh back on strike. Anirudh on 79 of just 53. Inching closer to the 3-digit mark of his. Once again, a full toss. But this time there is protection out there at deep mid wicket. So all the players who are out there at the boundary line are in front of square. There is a deep square leg, a deep mid wicket, a long on, long off, and a deep extra cover. And now the mid wicket fielder has been pushed inside. This time played back to the bowler. Amol of his very first delivery. This time he tucks it on the leg side and gets across for a single. Gets off the mark of his second delivery and does the right thing of giving the strike back to Anirudh. Anirudh into the 80s, 80 of just 54. What an outstanding knock it has been so far by him. Well, once again it's been picked up, but this time straight down the throat of the fielder. And finally they get the wicket of Anirudh. Well, he got a couple of lifelines early on, but this time it's been held and a wicket for Nikhil. And that's the big one, a big scalp. Anirudh going back to the pavilion. 80 for him. He would be gutted that he's missed out on a century here. Once again going for that slog sweep. He never looked to be in a shape for that shot. And not enough power in the end to clear the fielders. And he's getting a standing ovation from his teammates, and rightly so. Why shouldn't he? What an outstanding innings it has been. So 2 new batters at the crease now, and the score is 136 for 3 after 15.4. And in comes Karthik at number 5. So 2 new batters, an opportunity for the Scottish Stars to try and restrict the opposition now. And this time it's been cut away. But he finds the fielder out there inside the circle, getting across for a single. This time a low full toss, and Amol wanting to go for the big one on the leg side, but he takes the single. So at the end of the 16th now, an excellent over by Nikhil coming to an end. A successful one for him. It is 138 for 3. So Mayur continuing into his third over now. None for 27 for him. He's proven to be very expensive today. So just the 3.5 overs more left now. This time trying to cut that one away, but finds the fielder. Once again, a thick inside edge, a dot delivery. Mayur enjoying in this over. No boundaries conceded. This time just inside the tram line. Like just outside, given as a wide by the umpire. This time cut away, cut hard, but protection out there in the deep. And finally he goes for the big one. And he's connected that one ever so well. It's gone all the way. That will spoil the over for Mayur. That will make it 10. With one more to come. Well, it was a fuller length. It was there to be hit. And Karthik obliging it and hitting that one ever so well. So just the one more delivery left in this over. And this time it's been cut away and cut really well. That will go away to the boundary too. That boundary will bring up the 150 for the Lakers. 152 for 3 now at the end of the 18th. 14 coming off that one in the end. Once again a huge over. A 6 and a 4 just spoiling it at the back end of the over. And now 3 more overs left. 180 is definitely on the cards. Maybe can they even push to 190 if they can get a couple of lusty blows here. This time dancing down the track and finding the fielder out there in the deep. They're coming back for the second. That's good running. But in the end, it was sent back. The non-stop striker not quite ready for it. And it brings Amol back on strike. In fact, Karthik back on strike. Nikhil in his last over. This time picked up. No one behind square. The chase is on. The ball won't quite win the race. It won't quite reach the fence. And they come back for the third. A huge gap out there. It's like a gap between the wicket keeper and the deep mid wicket. Nobody out there at square leg or fine leg. And that seems to be the area for the Lakers which they would like to favor. So the plan is clear to try and bowl those wide Yorker length deliveries, and he's exactly trying to do that. But this time it will be outside the tram line. So already 5 of this over, 2 deliveries in. This time played uppishly in the air, and the fielder, he's taken it. What a good catch that is by Charles. And that's another one. That's the second one for Nikhil. A superb catch that by Charles. Well, you are not going to see a better catch than that one for a while in this iconic Darts Premier League. Diving forwards and almost plucking it off the ground. A superb take. And it is 157 for 4 now. Amol departing for just 5. So these wickets putting a break on the opposition, not allowing them to get away with this game. So 2 for 29 for Nikhil in his 3.3 overs. And it's going to be Ankur who's come in here at number 6. This time wanting to drive it, but into the hands of the wicket keeper. He's picked this one up and he's gone. That's another one. Departing for a duck. Well, he did not have much time to settle in here. He had to play the big shot and he's gone. Couldn't quite time it well enough. And another wicket here for Nikhil. That's his third. And he's kind of turning things around for himself. 3 for 29 and his 3.5. Wanting to play inside out on that occasion, but couldn't quite get enough distance in the elevation and gone straight to the fielder at cover. So 157 for 5 after 17.5, and in comes Gautam at number 7. Well, if they keep on losing wickets in such a manner, maybe even 180 will be difficult from here on. And this time not the best of the deliveries by Nikhil. And once again, no one out there at fine leg or square leg. The ball just trickling away to the boundary. No chance there for the fielder. And that will spoil the over for Nikhil. And at the end of the 18th now, it is 161 for 5. And that's another boundary to start off a new over. This time a thick outside edge. And the ball just beating the fielder out there at short third. And into the boundary it goes. So Vinod into his final over, bowling the penultimate over of this innings. This time just knocking it past the wicket keeper. Not quite intentional by Karthik on that occasion. A red dot delivery on this occasion for Vinod. Once again, a swing and a miss by Gautam. So a couple of dots and the pressure building on the batters. The Lakers struggling at the back end of this innings. So at the end of the 19th over now, it is 170 for 5. So we are into the final over of the innings, and it's going to be Sunil to bowl it. 1 for 24 for him in his 3 overs. This time going for the big one, and once again Charles. Well, he's not going to miss out on that one. Superbly taken. And that's another wicket for Sunil, and they are 6 down now. Losing wickets left, right, and centre. Once again wanting to take the aerial route, going for the maximum, and playing it straight down the throat of the fielder at long off, Charles. 170 for 6. Just the 5 more deliveries left in the innings. So in comes Jitendra at number 8, and straight away he's taken the aerial route. But once again it's been held out by the man at deep mid wicket. And they are 7 down now. The Lakers, it's all happening out there in the favour of the Scottish Stars. They have pulled things back very nicely. And Sunil, well, he will be on a hat trick now. He's got 2 in 2. Well, the intention by the batters at the moment is good, but they are not quite able to get those maximums that they are searching for in these final few overs. Now, just the 4 more deliveries left, and in comes Ankur. Ankur, who would have not even thought in his dream that he would come out to bat at the end of the 15th over when they had lost just 1 wicket, and a total collapse here. Nothing really working for them other than the opening partnership between Anirudh and Umesh. 170 for 7. That opening partnership of 105, and after that, it's been only downwards for the Lakers. So Ankur playing it along the carpet on that occasion, keeping the hat trick away, and they take a single. So just the 3 more deliveries left, and Gotham wanting to sweep that one. A huge appeal for a leg before wicket, but he gets in a leg by. So not quite able to get going in this final over. No boundaries conceded at all, and 2 more deliveries left. This time charging down the track, and a simple stumping there for the wicketkeeper. Well, it's been given not out. It looked as if he was way down the track, and he's done well to get back. Another dot delivery for Sunil. What an excellent final over this has been. Just the 2 runs and the 2 wickets. 3 for 25 for him in his 3.5. And we head into the final delivery of the innings. Well, he's connected this one, but he's not quite found the elevation, and the fielder does extremely well to stop that one. And they come back for the second, wanting to come back for the third as well, and he will be easily run out. So trying to steal a third, not quite able to get it. So they finish their innings here, the Lakers, 174 for 8 in their allotted 20 overs. They will feel that they are at least 20 runs short from where they should have been after that opening partnership. So a good comeback in the end by the Scottish Stars. They will feel that they have kept themselves in this game, a target of 175, and we will be back for the chase on the other side. So we are back here for the chase. The target 175 for the Scottish Stars. And Mayur and Preet opening the innings here, getting across for a quick single on that occasion, and they make it in the end. So the first run on the board of the second delivery, Jitendra has come out here with the new ball. Well, the batting side will feel that they have given themselves a very good chance, restricting the opposition to 174. Remember, they were 105 for 1, and they lost a cluster of wickets in the back end, which allowed the Scottish Stars to restrict them to a low total. The Lakers, well, 174 is not relatively low, but 200 was definitely on the cards for them. So for the first time, Preet will be on strike, the left-hander. It's the right-hand, left-hand combination for the Scottish Stars. It's been driven, but straight to the fielder at mid-off. A good-looking shot, and they get across for a single. Good running between the wickets as well. Just looking at each other and starting to go. So that single doubles the score that they have. But they need to go at 8.75 and over from ball number 1, and they wouldn't want that to go too high early on in the innings. Power play, like any other T20 game in the chase, the most crucial. They need to try and make the most of these power play overs. This time played slightly uppishly, but once again straight to the fielder. So just the one more delivery left now in this first over. And Jitendra will come around the wicket on this occasion. A change of angle, maybe a change of fortunes for him. Not quite so. They will get across for another quick single. And at the end of the first, it is 4 without a wicket for the Scottish Stars. So Amol continuing. And he starts off with a wide delivery. Not the best of the starts for the bowler. This time finding a thickish inside edge. So both the openers settling in first before going for those big shots. And that will be another wide. Well, that is the issue when the right hand left hand combination is out there in the middle. You give away unnecessary runs like those. Very difficult for the bowlers to pick a line, and they miss out always just off his radar. This time offering a lot of width, but a swing and a miss. This time trying to tuck that one away to the boundary, and it will find the fence. So the fine leg fielder was inside the circle, and it's been placed ever so well. Superbly timed, and the first boundary of the innings. And it's the left-hander Preet who gets it. This time much better by Amol. This time it's been picked up. And has he found the distance? Yes, he has. The first six of the innings. And just breaking the shackles on that occasion. The left-hander superbly hit down the ground. And all the way it goes. So that will make it 13 of the over. One more to come. Just the kind of the start that they needed. Preet moves on to 11 or just 6. He's got a couple of boundaries to his name now and building in confidence. This time plays it on the offside, wanting to come back for the second, and they make it quite comfortably in the end. Overthrows on that occasion. So 15 coming off that one at the end of the second now. It is 18 without a wicket. So starting off with the dot delivery in this third over, and this time it's hit the pad, getting across for a leg bye. And this time finding an outside edge. Has he? Well, the umpire thinks otherwise. And he survives here, Preet. Well, it looked very close to the outside edge. Let's have a look at that one once again after this delivery. This time just outside the off stump. This is the replay of the third delivery where it was very close to the bat and maybe just flicking the pad in the end. That was the deflection that was there, and the umpire giving the correct decision in the end. And this time he's found the gap and into the boundary it goes. That's another one. And Preet, that's his third boundary. So that boundary makes it 5 of the over, one more to come. This time a wide down the leg side. So that'll make it 6 of the over, and Jitendra will have to reload. And this time he's done him. Well, this time he was wanting to go straight down the ground, and he's totally bamboozled him with a Yorker length delivery. Well, he was bowling slightly shorter and he was expecting something similar. But that's the first one down now for the Scottish Stars, and Preet departs after those 3 boundaries. 24 for 1 at the end of the third, and a breakthrough for the Lakers. An excellent delivery. It was slightly slower and beautifully bowled in the end. So in comes Himanshu at number 3, and he gets off the mark. Well, not quite so. Mayur was on strike because the wicket was of the last delivery of the over, and now Himanshu is on strike. Once again, just past the outside edge. Superb stuff this by Rahul. Coming in here to pull this fourth over. This time, wide down the leg side, just missing his line on that occasion. This time, a dot delivery. In fact, they got across for a single. So still 147 away from this target. This time hit down the ground and finds the fielder out there in the deep. So Himanshu has chipped this one, but it will fall into the safe area. No fielder out there. And once again, they get across for a single. So the boundaries have dried up ever since the wicket of Preet. 6 coming off this one more to come. 4 singles and a couple of wides for Rahul. This time charging down the track, but once again not quite able to get the connection that he wanted. And another single taken. So at the end of the fourth now, it is 31 for 1. So Jitendra continuing into this fifth over. And starts off with a swing and a miss, Mayur. Well, it has been a decent start so far by the Scottish Stars. They haven't let the asking rate go too high. They have lost a wicket though, a wicket of Preet, who was looking good out there. But they need to try and build a partnership once again. Once again, taking the airy route and just over the fielder at mid-on. And good bit of fielding there by the fielder at mid-wicket. He had a lot of way to get across towards his left. And they come back for the second. This time hit hard along the ground. And this time he will beat the fielder. So a boundary finally. Ever since the departure of Preet, they haven't found one and they find one now. And no surprises that it's come off the bat of Mayur. Mayur, who has spent quite a while now at the crease, gets one, beating the fielder out there at long off in the cover region. So 6 of this over, already halfway through it. The asking rate is 9, lurking around 9, and they would be wanting to maintain that for as long as possible to keep on giving themselves a good chance in this game. This time a wide down the leg side. So some freebies offered by Jitendra. Once again played back to the bowler. This time uppishly and won't quite carry to the fielder at long off. The timing wasn't that good, and he will be happy that the timing was not that good. That will make it 8 of the over, one more to come. The Scottish Stars, well, still 136 more required in 91 deliveries. It has been a decent start this for the Scottish Stars. This time a big swing, a big heave, wanting to go towards the leg side, but another dot to end the over. So an excellent over once again by Jitendra coming to an end. Apart from that boundary, at the end of the fifth now it is 39 for 1. So Rahul continuing, and he hits that one away to the boundary. Once again Mayur, well, he's getting those boundaries in now, playing those big shots. This time the ball skidding through, keeping low, and it's been given as wide by the umpire. The umpire Ravi Singh on that occasion giving that one as a wide. This time nudged on the leg side. The call is for 2, but won't quite get it. Keeps it down to just 1. Once again, a swing and a miss. Getting another dot delivery in this power play. Once again, that's played superbly, this time by Himanshu. And another boundary in, offered a lot of width, and it's been beautifully dispatched through the offside. It's going along superbly well now for the Scottish Stars. 49 for 1 in this sixth over. Two more deliveries left in this power play. Can Himanshu make full use of it? Rahul, who had a decent first over, has conceded a couple boundaries in this one. Once again, offering a lot of width, but this time it will go straight to the fielder at point and a dot delivery. Rahul just missing his run up there, so he will have to reload. This time nudged on the leg side and a single taken. So that's an excellent start this for the Scottish Stars. 50 is up, 50 for 1 at the end of the sixth. So a change in the bowling, and it's going to be Jalpan to continue. And he starts off with a dot delivery. Well, still 125 more required. 125 from 83 deliveries. This time wanting to go on the leg side, but a wide given by the umpire. Missing out completely. Well, you got to admit that the Scottish Stars bowled really well. They hardly gave away any extras in their innings. This time tucked on the offside and a quick single taken. This time a swing and appeal for a leg before wicket. And they scamper across and coming back for the second as well. Overthrows on that occasion. So they're keeping their wickets safe at the moment. Continuing to play the less risky strokes, this time uppishly, but once again straight to the fielder. This time it's been picked up and it's been dropped. It was an easy chance. That should have been the second one. Jalpan will not be happy at all with his fielder there. Picking that one up on the leg side. Couldn't quite get the distance, Mayur. And they get a single in. Well, the fielding has been the issue for both the sides. And this time it's the Lakers who have a catch drop and a lifeline for Mayur. So another single to end the over. At the end of the seventh, it is 56 for 1. So Dheeraj continuing into this 8th over. The left arm off spinner. And he starts off nicely with a dot delivery. This time it's been picked up and it's over the fielder. A maximum that will release a lot of pressure for Himanshu and the Scottish Stars. Well, they conceded a tight over the previous one, but this time going all the way and getting the six that they needed and staying in touch with their asking rate. This time nudging this one straight to the fielder at short third. Once again tucking it on the offside and getting across for a quick single. This time going for the big swing towards the leg side. It's been given by the umpire. Well, it seemed that was too high, but the umpire thought otherwise, and they are two down now, the Scottish Stars. And they break this partnership, which was starting to look really good. A 40-run stand for the second wicket. Well, it hit above the knee roll, and the umpire, well, he did not hesitate at all in raising the finger, maybe just clipping the top of leg. And it is 64 for 2 now after 7.5. And the game continues to be very much in the balance. So in comes Charles at number 4. Charles, who took a couple of outstanding catches, and one of them definitely a contender for the catch of the tournament. That's a dot delivery to end the over. An excellent over by Dheeraj coming to an end. Apart from that six, at the end of the eighth, now it is 64 for two. So Jalpan continuing, and another one gone. That's the second one in the last three deliveries. And the Scottish Stars are losing their way now. Mayur departs. A decent enough 24 for him. This time a leg before wicket for the right arm bowler. Well, it was right in front and totally plumb, and the umpire won't get an easier decision than that one. 64 for 3 now after 8.1. So in comes Humaid at number 5. Two new batters at the crease, and the Scottish Stars all of a sudden struggling in this chase. 110 more required from 70 deliveries. And this time it's been driven. Once again, straight to the fielder. Good piece of fielding there. This time slightly short and tucked on the offside by Charles. This time finding a thick outside edge. So just the one more delivery left now in this over. Once again played uppishly. And a single taken. So an excellent over this by Jalpan coming to an end. At the end of the ninth now it is 68 for 3. So Dheeraj continuing here, and he starts off with a dot delivery once again. And this time going for the big shot. It's gone high in the air. Chance of a catch and taken safely. That's another one. And Charles departs. The second wicket for Dheeraj. 68 for 4 now, the Scottish Stars. And this innings is now heading nowhere. Well, the pressure was building. He had to go for the big shot. And in the end, couldn't quite middle it. And it went straight into the hands of the fielder at point. No mistake done there. So we are back here after the drinks break, and Nikhil comes in here at number 6. In huge trouble now, the Scottish Stars. Getting off the mark instantly there, Nikhil. Still a long way away in this chase. 106 more required from 63. And Dheeraj, well, he's taken a couple of wickets. He's looked good with the ball. Missed out with the bat today, but doing an excellent job here with the ball. And this time appeals for a run out. The wicket keeper was quite confident there, but the leg umpire denying it. And they get a single in. Well, in fact, he was sent back. It's a dot delivery. And the asking rate has now gone above 10, 10.26. It was 8.75 at the beginning of the innings. Well, that is what happens when you lose a cluster of wickets together. This time played uppishly, but will find the fielder out there at deep mid wicket. So all of a sudden the boundaries have dried up, and also wickets have been tumbling. This time nicely defended, but straight back to the bowler. So once again, an excellent over by Dheeraj coming to an end. Just the two of it and a wicket at the end of the 10th. Now it is 70 for 4. One and collected by the fielder at short third. This time a single taken. Far 4 deliveries in. Once again hits that one hard, but will find the fielder at long on. Not quite working out at the moment for the Scottish Stars. Still need in excess of 100, 102 still away from this target. And this time he has taken the aerial route on the offside, but once again won't quite find the boundary. Should come back for the second, and they do so quite comfortably in the end. So another over closes out. Exactly 100 more needed at the end of the 11th. It is 75 for 4. So Ankur continuing here, change in the bowling. It's time for some leg spin. Once again, starting off with a dot delivery. Well, they need a couple of big overs now. The Scottish Stars. This time hit hard and it's into the gap. And finally, they will get a boundary in. Well, it has been a while coming. Superbly placed this time, past the fielder at cover. And into the fence it goes. Well, they need a plenty more of those if they want to give themselves any chance in this game. Once again, hit on the offside, out to the fielder at deep extra cover. He's picked it up this time. And will that find the distance? Yes, it does. Just over the fielder there. And it's gone all the way. All of a sudden, some runs in this over. He's timed that one to perfection. And in the end, finding enough distance to beat the fielder. And over the boundary it goes. Maybe the fielder, had he been at the boundary line, he could have been in a better position to take that catch. It went just over him. He was slightly in. And once again he goes. Has he cleared the fielder once again? Yes, he has. This time by quite some distance. Back-to-back sixes. And Ankur, he's proving to be very expensive. He has 17 of the over already. One more to come. It's the left-hander showing some class here. And all of a sudden they need just the 83 more in 49 deliveries. And if Nikhil can keep on batting in this fashion, he can run away with this game. Once again, he's taken the aerial route. And once again, he will find the fence. This time a couple of bounces. And past the fielder. A huge over this one for the Scottish Stars. 21 coming off it. That's exactly what they needed. I'm not sure if Ankur is going to get another over after this. At the end of the 12th now, it is 96 for 4. 79 more required in the last 8. So Jalpan into his final over, continuing here. An outstanding spell by him. He's getting his 4th consecutive over here. Once again hit hard, and once again he finds the boundary, Humed. That's another one for him. That boundary will also bring the 100 up. 100 for 4. Superbly placed on this occasion. This time played straight to the fielder. So a dot delivery for Jalpan. Well, 75 more required from 45. The asking rate exactly 10. And with 6 wickets in hand, these two hold the key at the moment, Nikhil and Humaid. They need to keep on batting in this fashion. And he's picked this one up and it's gone all the way. It's beaten the fielder out there. And this over is spoiling Jalpan's figures. 10 coming of it already, 2 more to come. And Humaid in on the act now. First it was Nikhil and now it's Humaid breaking the shackles. Just over the fielder. That brings it down to just 69 more needed. This time playing it on the offside, respecting the good deliveries. So Nikhil back on strike. Nikhil 20 of the 7. He's played out an excellent cameo here and he's got his side back in front in this game. Well, maybe not in front, but brings it back in the balance. This time played on the offside towards the fielder as short third and a single taken. So 12 coming off that one and that will also end the spell for Jalpan. Well, Jalpan, he's giving away 12 in this over. He gave away 12 in his first 3 and now 12 in his fourth. Finishes the spell at 1 for 24 in his 4. At the end of the 13th, it is 108 for 4. So Dheeraj is back into the attack. Not sure exactly why he was taken off. And that over proved to be very costly for them. Ankur bowling that 13th over, conceding 21. And now Dheeraj back in, continuing with those dot deliveries. This time getting across for a quick single. Once again picked up, hit straight down the ground, and the fielder does well to get across. And he's kept it in. And a single taken once again. So just the 2 of the over, halfway through it. Once again, pegging things back a little here, Dheeraj for his side. This time played back to the bowler. Once again hit hard and won't quite beat the fielder out there at long off, and they get across for a single. So rotating the strike. This time he's got underneath it, and Homed has hit that one extremely long. Thankfully, the ball is not lost. The tree helping the ball stay inside this ground. And it's a superb hit, and that will spoil the over for Dheeraj and a much needed 6 to end the over. At the end of the 14th, it is 117 for 4. 58 more required of the last 6. So Amol is back into the attack. Jalpan has completed his 4 overs, so they had no other choice but to go for another bowler. He starts off nicely with a leg by. This time he's got underneath it. It's been hit hard and long once again by Homed. That's another 6 for him. That's his third one now. And they are making light work of this chase all of a sudden. Right in front. Well, the umpire needs a new ball. Just the 51 more required of 34 deliveries from here on. And the asking rate has come down to 9 now. Absolutely fantastic by these two, Homed and Nikhil. And it is Scottish Stars game to lose from here on. This time played on the offside. Exactly 50 more required. 50 from 33 from here on. And they are making this task ever so easy for themselves. This time it strikes the pad, but once again getting across for a quick leg by. This time tucked away on the leg side, but straight to the fielder at fine leg. And another single taken. This time played nicely for another single. So at the end of the 15th now, it is 128 for 4. 47 more required in the last 5. So Rahul continuing and starting off with a single of the first delivery. Well, 46 from 29, and they need to break this partnership desperately now, the Lakers. Otherwise, the Scottish Stars will be running away with this game. This time punched nicely off the back foot. This time a dot delivery for Rahul. So trying to build some pressure. Back to back dot deliveries. Can he chip in with a wicket now? Well, Homed seems to be in some pain there. And it seems like he will need some attention. Not easy ever when you hit there. time it's a shorter delivery and it's been dispatched by Humaid. No fielder out there. One bounce into the fence. And that will release all the pressure for the last two dot deliveries. Well, that is what happens. The batter was in some pain there. And that time just maybe moving the concentration of the bowler slightly. And once again, it's been hit in the air. But this time, well, it's been dropped. Once again, a catch dropped. It was an easy chance. And has he dropped the game as well for his side? That could have been the big wicket of Umaid. That's the second time we are seeing a catch being dropped in that region in this innings. And they can't really afford that. They couldn't afford. And a lifeline for Umaid. Only a single taken though on that occasion. And it brings Nick Hill back on strike. So 41 needed from 25. And the game continues to be in the balance. It can go either way. Once again, a swing and a miss. So an excellent over by Rahul coming to an end. Just the sixth of it at the end of the 16th. It is 134 for 4. 41 more needed of the last 4 overs. So Dheeraj continuing, and once again Humaid has just smacked that one, and out it goes off the ground once again. Another maximum. Picking the length very early, and once again in that offside region, he seems to be favouring that, and out of the park it goes. Just 35 more needed from here on. Excellent piece of batting this by the Scottish Stars. And this time an outside edge, and the ball will race away to the boundary. It's beaten the fielder at short third. And they inch very close now, the Scottish Stars, in securing a victory here in game number 3 of this Sunday at the Fatima Cricket Ground. And that boundary, well, it's brought his half century up as well, 50 of just 27. It has been an outstanding innings. And this partnership, well, it's up to 70 now. This time played uppishly and past the fielder. They should be able to come back for the second, and they make it in the end quite comfortably. So 12 of the over already. Just the 29 more needed. Once again played in the air, chance of a catch, and it's been dropped once again. Well, these drop chances are really costing them a lot, and they come back for the second as well, adding insult to injury. That was a relatively easier chance, but the fielder not quite able to get under the ball on time, and he's misjudged that one completely. It's gone through him as well for a couple of runs. So that brings it down to just 27 more needed from here on. 27 from 20. And Dheeraj, who has had an outstanding game with the ball, is proving to be very expensive in his final over, and it's proving to be very costly for them. 15 of the over with that single, still one more to come. And it brings Nikhil on strike. Nikhil, who has been favoring the cow corner region so far, he's hit a couple of sixes there and a 4-2. It was Nikhil who started the party here, but Humaid has kept it going. Once again, a big swing, but he finds the fielder out there at deep square leg. So 16 runs coming off the Dheeraj over, and that will bring the 150 up as well for the Scottish Stars. 150 for 4 after 17. Just 25 more required in the last 3 overs. So Jitendra continuing, and they need some wickets here. Once again played in the air, inside out, and into the fence. So it does not matter who is bowling at the moment, it's the bat doing the talking. This time the bat of Nikhil, playing it inside out, and brings the target down to just 21 more needed. It has been a superb partnership this. For the first time in this innings, we are seeing the asking rate going below 8. It's just 7.41 now. Well, it seems like Nikhil and Homed want to finish this off quickly now. Well, that 13th over has definitely been the game changer for them. 23 runs coming off it. This time a thick outside edge, chance of a catch, and they have dropped another one. They have thrown this game away here, the Lakers, and they get across for another single. Well, Nikhil wanting to get these runs down as quickly as possible, finding a leading edge, and it was the simplest of the catches, but he couldn't quite complete it. What's happening out there with them, the Lakers? It's just not been the day out in the field. So Homid on strike for the next delivery. Plays it nicely on the offside. The bowler himself is after it. And now just 19 more needed. 19 from 15. It should be easy from here on for the batting side. Once again picked up. Once again it's an edge. And once again it lands into the safe areas. Well, Nikhil has been living dangerously. And he gets another single now. 18 more required from 14. Thing going in the favor here of the Lakers. This time a thick inside edge. And it's gone back into the hands of the bowler. So 7 of the over. Can he get another dot delivery and to try and keep some pressure on the batting side? Jitendra. He's into his final delivery. He has bowled an outstanding spell. And this time he's hit the top of leg stump. Maybe a twist. It's not just a dot ball, it's a golden dot ball. It's a wicket. Wicket to the name of Jitendra. That's his second one. And Humaid has to depart. A well made 55 for him. And superb innings coming to an end. Now then, 18 from 12. Well, he found a bit of an inside edge as well on that one. The inside edge just helping the bowler to deviate the ball towards the stump. And it seems like the game is not done yet, maybe. 157 for 5 now after 18. So Rahul continuing here in this penultimate over of the game. 18 required from 12. He needs to bowl a good over here. How many can he give in the final over? Well, that's not the kind of start that he wanted. Starting off with a wide delivery and pushing the target down to just 17 more needed now. Nikhil on strike. Well, he needs 17 to get it to his half century. He can do it in 3 hits. This time it's a low full toss and played on the offside. And in comes Manthan on strike, the new man. 10 required from 9. Can Rahul trouble the new batter here with a couple of dots? They need it desperately. The Lakers, they have thrown this one away. They had a couple of chances to get Humid out before he got out, making that half century, a crucial half century. He got it in no time at all. Even during batting, they should have reached the 200 mark, but they were at least 20 runs short from where they were. This time a thick inside edge. Has gone to the fielder at fine leg, getting across for a single. 9 of 8 now. So Nikhil back on strike. What an outstanding innings. He has played 40 of just 24. Rahul just missing his run up there. Has to reload. He needs a couple of dot deliveries here, Rahul. He has to try and manage to do that for his side. It's a wideish delivery and it's been dispatched for a boundary. The fielder trying to get across, won't quite able to make it. Putting a dive in. And that boundary will all but certain secure their win here. Just the 5 more needed now. 5 required from 7, and Nikhil will be wanting to finish it off in this innings itself, in this over itself. So 44 from 25 for Nikhil, and now just a hit away, the Scottish Stars. This time it's a thick outside edge, and they get across for a single. So he takes the single, keeps the strike, just the 4 more needed in the last one. At the end of the 19th, it is 171 for 5. So it is going to be Amol who will bowl this final over. 4 needed for the Scottish Stars, just the 4. It has been an excellent comeback, courtesy of Nikhil and Humid. And Nikhil on 45, he needs 5 more to get to his half century. So he needs to hit it for a 6 if he wants to get it. This time a swing and a miss, when in fact it's a thick inside edge, and the ball will reach the fence, and that will be the game. And the Scottish Stars, they have won this game by 5 wickets with 5 balls to spare. It has been an outstanding performance. They were struggling at 74 for 4 and have somehow managed to get away from the troubles and finished this off. Courtesy Humid 55 and Nikhil 49 not out. An outstanding innings, deserved a half century, but very unfortunate to not get there. Well, so that was it from game number 3 on this Super Sunday at the Fatima Cricket Ground. We will be back for game number 4 shortly.